Hello, my name is Jerry Fennell and I've been involved with termite management for over 20 years. I'm here to help you with termite prevention, and I hope I can show you a great way to prevent termites from getting into your home. Now, there are currently two recognised ways of doing this in the pest control industry for houses that are already built. One is to go outside the house and to dig a big trench around your house, backfill that trench with good quality soil and flood that soil with a chemical that will either repel termites or kill termites if they come into the treated zone. That method's very good if it's done properly, but it rarely is. Quite often people drill holes in the concrete to install that sort of chemical treated zone. Drilling holes is simply not the way it's supposed to be done. It's not up to the Australian standards and it's prone to failure. The other problem with chemical treated zones is you never really know when that treated zone wears out. The life of the chemical will vary depending on the conditions, and you'll need to replenish that every 5 to 10 years. Now that's a very costly thing to do, somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 to put a chemical treated zone in. And it's something that is very disruptive to your home. It involves cutting the concrete, digging up garden beds, digging up the lawn, and it's a lot of work, but if done well, it's a very good method. Now there is another method, and that's called termite baiting, and termite baiting is non-intrusive. It's extremely easy to do, and it's something you can actually do yourself. The idea is that a timber bait is placed in the ground. The termites come along and they eat the timber bait. When you discover the termites in the timber bait, you're able then to apply a termiticide to the termites, which they then carry back to the nest, spread amongst the other termites, and it kills the nest. So instead of them destroying your home, you destroy their home. It's a great way to control termites, and it works. We've been doing it with the Green Termite Bait System since 1996. And our success rate is better than 99%. If you have termites already in your home, I'd advise you to talk to one of our distributors that you'll see on the columns here, and click on a distributor, click on your state, and have someone come in and discuss your termite problems with you. Okay, returning to the subject of termite baits. The way they work is that the termites have to be able to be found within the bait without disturbing the termites. Termites are very shy. If they are exposed to sunlight, if they are disturbed in any way, they will abandon the bait, and very often they'll not return to the bait. So the ability to check the timber bait without disturbing the termites is very important. Now, one of the ways that people have made baits in the past is they get a piece of plastic plumber's tubing like that. They roll up some cardboard, or they get some sticks. They shove the cardboard or the sticks into the bait, into the plastic tubing. The plastic tubing will have slots cut in it to allow termites access. A hole's dug in the ground and the whole thing is stuck in the ground. Basically a lid is put on top. When you want to check it, you take the lid off and you have a look in the cardboard or in the timber and you see if there's any termites. If there are termites, then you would get a pest controller or someone to come out who would then attempt to apply a termiticide to those termites without disturbing them. And then if he's successful in that, the termites would take the dust or the liquid poison back to the nest, and it would destroy the nest. It's not a bad method, except it's extremely prone to failure, and it fails for two reasons. One is that when you take the lid off, you often disturb the termites and they do a runner. And the other really important reason why this system fails is that when you've got a hollow container with timber or rolled up cardboard in it, what you've really built is not a termite bait. You've built the perfect ant motel for black ants and brown ants. And when black ants and brown ants are in one of these, and they very often are, 50% of this style of bait will fill up with black ants, brown ants. When they're in one of these, termites won't go near it. And even if you get them out, they've often left pheromones behind that will repel the termites anyway. These aren't bad though. If you don't mind, maybe a 50% success rate, these aren't too bad. You can do these for yourself for a couple of bucks. Now, there are other brands on the market, and one of those brands looks like this, and you'll see it's made in America, this brand. It's called Exterra And again, what you've got is the same as what I just showed you. In fact, it's a plastic tube with some slots cut in it. And they do the same thing. They stuff a little bit of timber in it. In fact, there's not a great deal of timber that goes into one of these. In fact, if you look at it, that's all the timber there is. There's not much at all. Now, it's a great big cavity, and this thing is extremely prone to getting black ants and brown ants in it. And when they're in there, the termites won't be either. Also, if the ground is very, very wet, and we've had a lot of rain lately, but if the ground is wet, then these can actually flood as well, and that would repel termites. Also, when they go to be treated, the taking off of the lid does open them up, and that could also be a disturbance to the termites. Now, these things are extremely expensive, and I don't know why you would buy this for a huge amount of money when you could make one yourself for a couple of dollars. Okay, I'll show you another bait system. This system here is the Sentricon system. Once again, it's a plastic tube with a little bit of timber inside of it. As you can see, there's the two pieces of timber. Not a great deal of wood at all. That's all there is. In fact, if you're not checking these things very regularly, the termites could come and eat those two pieces of timber in a couple of weeks, and then they'd abandon the bait, and your opportunity would be lost. The other problem with this, apart from again being a brilliant little motel for black ants and brown ants, is that when these do have termites in them, you actually remove this and then stick in a termite bait. Now, the removal of this is a huge disturbance to the termites, and very often they just abandon this particular station. Again, not a great deal of timber in it. Okay, so now I'd like to show you a green termite bait. A green termite bait is made from solid timber. As you can see, it's got a decent size to it, but it's not too big, it's not too intrusive. It's obviously a lot smaller than this great lug of a thing, but it has a lot more timber in it than that does. As you can see, there's not a great deal of timber in that, and even less in that one there. So this has enough timber in it to really get the termites feeding. The timber in this is in direct contact with the ground, and of course the lid on top here makes the green termite bait ant-proof. It doesn't get brown ants or black ants in it. It only gets termites or white ants in it. It only gets termites in it, and they have to eat their way into it. They eat their way into it generally through the grain here underneath, and as they get in, they will come across the termite tubes. They mud up the windows. By mudding up the windows, you know the bait is active. So to check this bait, it's extremely easy. You just walk past it. If you see mud in the windows, which is very obvious, if you see the mud in the windows, you know the bait is active. To check the other baits that I showed you, you'd have to take the tops off and have a look inside. And if you've got 30 baits around your house, that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of bending over, back-breaking work. This is extremely easy to check. When the termites are in this, it's simply a matter of taking the lid off, popping the mud very carefully, directly injecting some termiticide dust, and putting a top back on. Here's the treatment top that we place on the bait, and as you can see, it's got dark windows on it, and that's so that the termites are not disturbed. The treatment process is so quick and so easy that the termites don't know that the dust, in this case this is the blue intrigue dust, they don't know that the dust has been applied. So it's extremely effective. You could come back the next day and have a look, and this bait would still be full of termites. They haven't bolted, they haven't done a runner, as you will find with the other systems. So that's a very good reason why you would look at this system. It's very easy to check it, it's very easy to install, and it's pretty much foolproof. When you dust this bait, within 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to have a dead termite colony. So, I think you'd have to be stark raving mad to buy one of these systems, which are very expensive, when you could do the same thing yourself for a couple of bucks and make one of your own. Same sort of thing as that. You could do it yourself. Why would you buy one of those systems? If you want something that's cheap and nasty, do it yourself for $2. Alternatively, you can buy the Green Termite Bait System. Now this is very simple to install. It's extremely easy to check, and it's very easy to treat without disturbing the termites. If you'd like a professional to do it for you, simply contact one of our distributors by clicking on the distributor button over here. If you'd like to do it yourself, then you can do it yourself. You can buy from our distributors, or you can buy directly from us by clicking the Buy Now page. Now there's a great deal that I haven't said because I'm trying to keep this opening video as brief as possible. I have made a longer video that goes into a great deal more detail, and you will find it by clicking the Solutions button on the left hand side of your screen and scanning down to the Frequently Asked Questions FAQ for homeowners. Okay, now these baits come in a pack of 6 for $165. You'll need around about 20 to 30 baits to go right around the average home. So you can order 4, 5, 6 packs, however many you need. When you cost out the price of the baits and the fact that they're going to last you for 3 to 5 years, you'll find that your termite protection isn't anywhere near as expensive as you would have thought. It's a good investment. You know, you carry insurance for your car, you carry insurance for your home, you just can't get termite insurance. So the best sort of insurance you can get is termite prevention that works. This system works, and it's child's play.
It's so easy, anyone can do it.
Please have a good look at our website. You'll find it's a rich resource of information, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call on 1-800-612-345. That's our number, and we'd be happy to help you. Have a good day.